being the first day of spring, how perfect it is. I didn't plan it that way, but talk about recreation, restoration of 3 areas on the skin, which are the lips, the neck, and the eyes. Al sent me some questions. I really appreciate the questions. They're really great. I'll get to some of the questions. This first question, she asked a question about vertical lines above the upper lip. And she said, AKA smoker's lip, which is not only that, we all kind of get this. It's a challenge. Yeah, right here. So one of the things that is happening is we have gravity, we have loss of collagen, we have, I'm going to use the word aging, which we hate to use that word, but it's happening to me too. Recreation lip treatment, really great for filling in the upper lip. Filling in. This is a product. I'm just going to put it on really quick. And Susan, go ahead and share a little bit about it.
Well, you gave me this to try a few years ago, and it was right before we went on a ski trip and to Colorado, where it is, like minus humidity. And usually on these ski trips, I get really badly chapped lips, and I took this with me. Hang on, I'm gonna put it on. And I used it all week, and I noticed not only my lips did not get chapped, they didn't, I used to get like cracking and peeling and the whole thing on those those winter conditions. And it really made a huge difference. And I'm like a lip balm junkie. I was always putting on lip balm. And this is the one thing that's made a bigger difference for me than any of the lip balms I've tried. It really does keep my lips moisturized. It keeps them from getting that peeling and cracking. And I noticed after a week or so, they were just smoother overall.
Yeah. Susan, do you find you repeat use during the day?
Yes, I usually put it on like 2 to 3 times a day. Okay. And if it's really, really dry, like when we get the Santa Anas and stuff, I might do it a little more often. But I find 2 to 3 times a day is good. And I love this. And I put it like around the outside of my lips a little bit too, for that. It keeps that area smooth too. And I just kind of pat it in.
Does it have sunscreen?
It does not have sunscreen.
Okay.
There are some products that do have sunscreen. You could use a regular sunscreen on your lip. I would say put the lip product on first and then put a sunscreen over the top if you are in the sun. Mm-hmm. I just put it on right when she began. Something that I've had, I've had this for years, and I've had women, and I've shared this a couple times. I had a customer that said, the lip color, which was positive for her, came back, which was really dull. I put it on every day. I put it on I probably put it on once, I'll be honest, in the morning. And then if I'm talking and chatting or whatever, if I'm trying things, I will. But I noticed specifically yesterday, I wanted to pay a specific attention. I don't know that I paid specific attention. I also do other things, not in addition to this, but I was prepping for an audition and I put it on and I noticed my lip, and I wanted to bring it to you guys' attention, that it actually, over the day, I was looking in the mirror, I was like, oh, wow, it does actually brighten the color of the lip. It makes it a nice, flushed, pinky, reddish tone, which someone had brought it to my attention. You can see it, right?
Yeah, I don't have any lip color on right at the moment. But it really does. I think it really does kind of add a little bit of color.
And it kind of is cumulative, that not of needing to use more, but it kind of begins to work over time after you've used it. Now, in reference to it's multifaceted. There's peptides. There's volumizers. The volumizers, there's a volumizer that will actually work immediately to soften some of the lines. And then there's an overtime peptide that will support the production of collagen in the lip for over time to help support bringing back that lip definition and contour. Also, it's very smoothing, very emollient. I love that about it.
my lips don't feel dry during the day. I don't feel like I'm constantly having to reapply balm or, color just to get that moisture back in.
Yeah. Um, there was something, does anyone else have any questions in reference to the lip area?
I have
I
a quick
do.
one.
Yeah, go ahead, Robin.
What, do you have an active ingredient in it or?
There's quite a few. Let me read down some of the active ingredients. So one of the active ingredients is it's a marine product, and I'm going to butcher the name, but I've had it patented as C code, and it's pseudo Altramonis ferment extract, and it firms and smooths the fine lines. And it also helps contour the lip. It also has ultra filling spheres, which, let me see if I can find the technical name. I don't know it. Also, Amorphalis konjac root powder. There's sodium hyaluronate in the product, which that along with that other ultra filling spheres, it pulls 24 times its weight in moisture to the lips. And it also has 17 more times the volume that we can actually hold in the lip. Also has C buckthorn oil, which restores and soothes and nourishes the fatty acids and the antioxidants. And it has a black pepper extract, which is a kind of a multi-use product. But what it does is it helps the penetration of the other ingredients into the product. So it's a purposeful, to get other products to work. It has shea butter. It has B5, Pro B5, panthenol. So it's full of natural ingredients from the sea and also from just from the earth, which is really great, which I love about it.
So
There
it's got a little hyaluronic acid in there then,
Yeah,
right? Which, I've talked about that on the blog about as an agent in skincare to kind of help plump your skin.
it helps plump the skin. It has the
Yeah.
ability to hold more weight than water. It helps pull water to the skin, sodium hyaluronate or hyaluronic acid. Was there another question? And then we're going to, go ahead. And everybody, go ahead, Felice.
So I guess I'm more interested in the sort of the softening of the fine lines. I have quite a few of them, and I have a very expressive way of talking. So I don't know what will help deflect that. Is this product, do you think?
Yes, I would say for sure, give it a try. I have yet to find a product anywhere on the market that's similar to this. And I've searched. I don't know why. I have a lab that I work with, and I don't know why I haven't found it. But yes, it'll help that. I would love to say that it's going to take it all away, but it will make a huge difference. This is I would say, I love to say it's a magical miracle worker. It is an amazing lip product. It really is.
And then when you say over time, can you tell me what you mean by over time? How long?
I like to say 2 months of use.
Okay.
Because sometimes, I think as we, let me be cautious. As we mature, we get that things don't happen in a minute, right? Nothing's like, instant. Nothing happened instantaneously, and it's not going to fix us instantaneously. I ended up this way because I ended up this way. It took me 54 years to get like this.
Thank you.
I'm going to move on, and if we have time at the end to ask, come back around to the lip treatment, we can. I'm going to talk a little more about the neck treatment, the firming neck and throat treatment. These all work together. I love these products. This feels silky and smooth. The neck area is a tricky area because it's not the face. It can easily get not worked on it, we can forget about it. But, and I would consider it the neck area down into the chest. I've been out in the sun a little bit, and I was in the garden, and I can see I got some sunburn, I can tell. But this area needs a lot of attention to help keep it firming and keep it tighter. And because and there's another few things that we have going on here. There's a lot of fluids that come and collect in this area, and we need to flush those fluids out. So when we put a product on, or even if you want to massage this area, go ahead and Susan, and you can put it on.
Okay.
But I'm going to add this. There's great products to use before this, but you don't need to. You can just put it on a cleansed face. But I like to put this and rub it up, because what you're doing is you're also kind of giving yourself a nice massage. There's glands here. It'll help flush out any fluid that's concentrates here. There are ingredients in the product that is intended for this. This is very smooth. Talk about it, Susan.
Well, my mother, when I was probably 12 years old, looked at me one day and said, Susan, you have the neck of an 80-year-old. And I've always had like
Thanks,
a
Mom.
lot of creases across my neck. And I know that nothing is going to make that go away. But I was starting to get that kind of puckery stuff around here. And I noticed that after a couple weeks of, you gave me this to try, the neck and throat cream, and I noticed that after a couple, I could feel it right away. I mean, I put it on and I can kind of feel a little bit of a tightening. It's not uncomfortable. It's just, I can feel it.
Firming.
And I noticed after a couple of weeks that it did look much smoother and firmer. And I mean, my neck is never going to look smooth, because that's just, I'm an old soul or something. But it really does help. And I noticed that, when I run out of it, and I'll call you up, Brian,
Yeah.
I noticed that if I've stopped using it, I've run out and I've stopped using it, I can tell a difference.
Yeah.
But I was also told, this friend of mine, a French friend of mine, said she was taught by her facialist to do this to kind of drain the lymph glands. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a great, I pick up this stuff from you, from all of you, from other makeup
Yeah.
artists, from everyone. I read a lot. And that's where this information comes
Yeah.
from. All of you may have ways that you do it, but I do believe that it helps. It does help in draining. It's also through here,
Yeah.
across the forehead.
Yeah, this, I'll tell you, the lymphatic drainage massage,
Yeah.
that is, it has to be a manual effort.
It
It's
is a
just one of the
manual effort.
systems in our body that does not have a pump system to it. So you wherever they may be, it's a physical kind of pumping that does help, like you said, drain the fluid out or get it moving so it
Yeah.
can drain out.
Right, get it moving. That's great.
Hmm.
One
I
of
also
the-
have I've tried those little rollers too, which are nice. The little quartz rollers are good for that too. I just
Yeah.
sometimes will put this on and then use the roller to kind of just massage it in.
I was going to say, I'm going to go a step back for one thing. Someone had said, how often should you use, I think it was you, Heidi, the lip treatment. The lip treatment, I always recommend 2 to 3 times a day. And if someone wanted more accelerated, there is a quicker results, meaning faster, up to 4 times per day. And you don't need a lot. You can see it goes a long way.
No, it's just a
It's a
pinhead. Yeah.
pinhead, a small pea size, very
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
Because I'm like Susan with a lifetime, at least for me, like from grade school on, I've carried chapstick with me. I just have dry chapped lips. It's just like a part of my life. So this was a product that was interesting.
I noticed when I worked years ago, I went to work for a cosmetic company, MAC, I'll say MAC, at a Nordstrom. And I don't know what it was that happened, but I got dry lips, and I don't know if it was stress or if it was being in an air-conditioned building all the time, which they control they control the heat, the AC, they control the temp, but every day I had it. I wish I had this product then. I wish I didn't. Nothing really helped. I put everything on it, and then it went away. So this, I do get the lip treatment. Everybody loves it. Now, let me talk about a little bit of active ingredients on the throat cream. One of the things that's in the neck cream and the lip treatment is a cranberry extract, which it's allows for high penetration and of other products into the skin. And also it's very rich in vitamin E. It has all 8 members of the vitamin E family, which is a full spectrum penetration. It's also great to fight off any of the free radicals that we have in the environment. The cranberry extract helps. It also has a product that we've named that's been termed in the not pharmaceutical, but in the what do I want to say, product world, called Eyeless. And Eyeless is an anti-puffing peptide, and so it'll help reinforce and take away a lot of that puffiness, helping on drainage in this region. So you will see a nice, I also recommend putting it here on the décolleté, and it's great for lightening up redness and dark spots. It will, over time, you will see a softening of that. And it immediately, what is the immediate feeling on the skin?
Well, it's very moisturizing and soothing, but after like a minute or so, it's like when I first put it on, after about the first minute, I can kind of feel that a little bit of like a tightening, and it's not an uncomfortable, it's not like putting on a mask or something. It's very,
and how does
but
this,
it's very, very rich. It's
Yeah.
a very rich cream. It's really, and I use it on my hands too.
oh, great.
I
Yeah,
put some on my hands sometimes. Whatever's left over, I just rub in.
perfect. Let's finish up and then we'll come back to some questions. The Illuminate and Contour Eye Treatment. This probably, out of all 3 of these products, is probably the most powerful ingredient-wise product, because it's multitasked. I have another eye treatment that I use often. It's called Rapid Refresh Eye Treatment, but this, for our puffiness, dark circles, the eyelid that droops, that unfortunately, as we age, the hooded portion, this helps with the contour. It helps with the crow's feet. It helps with protecting the eye from the ultraviolet rays, UV rays that are coming from our phones, our laptops, our desktops, our pads. It protects that, which is breaking down that area. Under our eye, we have a lot of vascular, a lot of capillaries and vascular activity. What happens over time is it gets congested, it gets slower, and that's what can cause a lot of that darkening under the eye. We also have a lot of fluid that collects there. In the morning when we wake up, it can be a little worse. A little tip, if you can sleep with your head a little more elevated, that'll help things drain. If you're sleeping with your head down further, things can drain a little more into this. You'll notice that you won't be as puffy if you have a little elevation to your head. Now, with this, I'll switch back and forth, but I notice a big difference. One of the reasons I wanted to do this little interlude is because a lot of these products and the ingredients are really great for prior to doing your eye makeup, prior to putting on lipstick. It helps, the lip treatment helps prevent feathering of your lip liner, lipstick. It's great for that. The eye treatment is great for putting eyeshadow down after you've put it on. Another thing with putting this product on is one of the things that you can do is put it on and under, and then when you put it on the lid, pull it in an upward position through the crease and up to the brow bone, over the brow bone and up to the brow. And you're kind of pulling it in up in an outward position. If you don't use this product or you use any product, a lot of the things that I'm showing you, that's what I want you to understand. With the lip, put the product on the lip and outside the lip. With the eye treatment, pull it up and out, and gently pull it up and out towards the brow line. With the neck treatment, also the same thing, this effleurage massaging effort and putting it on. Other treatments are the same. If you have a challenge with one of the things I like to use is, I don't want to get too deep into other products, but I use a firming, Recreation firming serum. It's great underneath of the neck treatment. It's great underneath of the eye treatment. With the lip treatment, I love, if I have someone, if they're really dry on the lips, I highly recommend using the Super Clarity Refinishing Cream, not only on the face, but on the eyes, if you have challenges with your skin. This treatment in and of itself, after lots of studies and doing testing, women postponed or eliminated following through on having eye work done, an eye lift. This product has the statistics on it. 84% felt that their eye area was instantly transformed. 92% felt their eye area appeared smoother, and 88% agreed that their eye area appeared firmer and tightened. Susan?
Is that the product you just showed us? And
That
what's
was
it called?
Illuminate and Contour Eye. Susan, go ahead and chat a little bit about that.
Well, I tried, you gave me this one and the other one to try, and this was the one that I really noticed, like, effects almost immediately. I had started to get that really crepey skin, like right in here. So, when you put your eyeshadow on, it kind of looks like, a cobblestone street.
Right. Alligator.
And, yeah, not to,
Not-
yeah,
it
it is what it is.
It's
But
technical.
it's like after I was using this for like days, I want to say, it was just so much smoother. There was less puffiness around here. I mean, I have hooded eyes. That's just the way my face is. So that's but it really was a lot less puffy, and the skin is just much smoother through there. So when I do put eye makeup on, it stays really nice.
Does
And
everybody?
also, I don't have dark circles, but I did notice it really does reduce puffiness a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody doesn't have all these challenges. One thing I like, with doing eyeshadow, what's also great is this area really needs to be, it's nice to have your, the lid and crease smoothed before you put eyeshadow on. So I recommend to put these types of treatments on first, put the rest of everything on, and then kind of come back to the eye and do the rest. So it has a time to absorb into the skin. So because it's a cream, a powder could get kind of caught on the skin. You could also, another tip, you could take, if you were in a hurry and you did need to do your eye makeup, you wanted to put an eyeshadow on quickly, you would do a little bit of invisible blotting powder really quickly over the cream, and it'll soften the eyelid. And then you could do a little eyeshadow. I also noticed with the lip treatment, when I'm doing a makeup, prepping someone, I try to put the lip treatment on immediately, because when I get to the end of the makeup, I want to use a lip liner. And a lip liner will, because the lip treatment is there, it tends to be a little bit of a barrier and you can't get the lip liner to work as well. So make sure you put it on right away. Give your time self to put on a lip liner if you do wear a lip liner.
Mhm.
Brian, I have a question.
Yeah.
For the eye part, I notice on my eyelids, I have some like discoloration, I guess. I mean, evenly, but just like different tone of skin, perhaps. Would this product help with that in any way? Like, I imagine brightening might be the feature that could help with that.
Yeah. And is the discoloration from over time, or is it there from the?
I think maybe it's more of a, I just think over time, just with aging,
Okay.
you know, it's just kind of become more prominent
Yes.
or just started. So just curious if it might help maybe
I have
bring
that too.
evenness. Do you?
Yeah.
Mine's reddish.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's more of a brownish.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. The treatment will over time, I'm not going to guarantee a significant, but it will brighten. A couple ingredients that it has is Persian silk tree and holy herb, which has been Beautify Eye is the trademark name. They together they work to lift the upper lid, but also it helps to remove over time some of the darkness, redness on the lid. It'll fade any darkness. It'll work with, like I said earlier, the microvascular network. This is interesting. One of the things that we've studied is it removes the accumulation of lipofuscin, a yellow-brown pigment composed of various cell residue that accumulates in the skin, giving its tired appearance. So
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
yeah, it has well, I like it. It kind of is a one step does it all. It really does do a wonder. And what it also has, it has illumination to it, which I'm always for glow and illumination. Eva, you asked the question, you wrote to me about should women use glow? You've asked a couple times about shimmer on the eye. We're going to cover shimmer on the eye next time for sure, because Susan has some things that she's using. I've just delivered. So that's going to be super fun. And one great thing about what I've delivered is they're super smooth, which I think she and I both love. I'm going to just give you that little tantalizing information. But yes, glow, brightness, illumination is great for our skin. As we age, fine lines, I think I like to call them hills and valleys. So if you have a valley, I also talk about it like if you have a well, if you look down into a water well, it's really dark in there. And that's like a wrinkle. How do we get that wrinkle to go away? Well, we shine a light into the well, and then it brightens it and it brings it up to the surface and it smooths it out. So that's what illuminators do. That's what glow products do for us. Now, if you have too much of it, they can go down into the creases and they can collect. Let's say that. They collect more than anything. If there's the right amount of collection, they illuminate perfectly. If it's too much, well, it's too much.
Then it becomes glitter, I think.
It becomes, we did too much. Now, so that's the thing about glow and illumination. I'm all for it. I really, it's really helpful. So let me, yeah, go ahead. Oh, you're muted.
Oh.
You're muted. Susan. Susan, you're muted.
Oh,
There you-
sorry.
there you
My phone was ringing earlier.
go. No worries.
You mentioned about discoloration. I wanted to add one other thing about this neck cream is I used to have kind of like splotchy redness a little bit on my neck. And I really noticed that the neck cream seemed to help that too. So the color is much smoother now. And it's not I don't get that splotchy redness. So I just, I don't know if everybody will have that same result, but I just wanted to mention that.
Let's see, where are we doing? We've got about 5 minutes left.
I have
Let
one
me-
quick question, just a quick
Sure.
one. Do
Yep.
you need to use moisturizers on top of the products that you've just been talking about today, or are they moisturizers themselves?
They're moisturizers in and of themselves.
Okay.
You do not need to.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I do with the throat. This is my own personal approach, but this is me. The throat cream, some days I'm in a hurry, but I use this, I love it. It's a firming treatment. I use it on my eye. I use it everywhere. Obviously anyone can, but I also have been using a super radiant skin treatment because I've noticed I've been getting some I have from sun, some spots. This is triple C and E. This is great for some aging, pores. It's multifaceted. And then the firming. They're great for underneath of these treatments. So these 3 treatments, they're final. You don't need anything with them.
Sunscreen.
They're good. What'd you say?
Sunscreen.
That's it. That's the only other thing. If you want to do anything, I would highly recommend sunscreen. Let me give you guys, for everyone that's attended, I'm going to also send out an email, but I'd like to give you it's a gift. Write this down. I also will email this to you. Today through Wednesday, this kit, which contains those 3 products, online on my website, it's not called Restore Eyes, Lip and Neck. It's called Smooth Operator, and it contains the lip treatment, the eye treatment, and the neck treatment, those 3. I'll probably throw in a little sample of something, maybe what I like to use. That's usually what I do because I like to share with you guys what I use, a little sample. But through Wednesday, I'm offering a special on those, a buy one, get one free. So jump on it. It's not, I'm going to be honest. Some people think it's not too pricey, but I know it's not inexpensive, but it's worth it. And I would say they would last. How long do you think the product lasts?
Oh gosh. I mean, the lip treatment probably lasts me, and I, use it 3 times a day, probably 4 months, 3 to 4 months,
Yeah.
depending, because I'm very careful. I just use a little bit at a time, and that's really all you need. I mean, I would say 3 months at least, sometimes 4. The
I
eye
have
treatment,
customers-
same thing.
Yep.
And the neck treatment, even longer than that, I think.
Yeah. It's dependent on how much you use. I know I do have a couple, I have some customers that order probably once every 1 or 2 months, but everyone's different. I would say 2 to 3 months. Get it for yourself and a friend, or get them both for yourself. So the code for that is Susan BOGO. So SUSAN BOGO, BOGO, all together. Susan BOGO. And that's the buy one, get one free. Now, if you decide you want to get only one item, I have another offer, which is you can purchase any one of those items, the lip, the eye, or the neck treatment, and I'll give you 35% off. And that item, that is, the code is treat 35. I'm going to put that also in the chat really quick so everybody has that. So in the chat, you can see on the bottom, Susan Bogo, that is going to be buy one, get one free. That's on the product name is Smooth Operator. And then treat 35, that's the other code. I'll just enter that. That's for the lip, eye, or neck treatment. I want to also say one last thing. I do offer private consultations, and I'm offering a 5 to 10 minute complimentary one-on-one. And if you email me and you want to do a quick one-on-one with me, feel free to do that. Most of you should have my email address. You'll get it later today when I send out this information. If you want to do a quick one-on-one, Heidi and I did a one-on-one. Yeah.
We did. It was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
It was very helpful, very informative. Just, Brian, a really great experience. Thank you. I really appreciate the time.
You're welcome. We were working on color, focusing on getting her the primer color right for her skin. So it's not easy in this circumstance. And Susan and I were chatted about this briefly. I said, you know, you can go to the drugstore and you can never find the right product, or you'll buy the whole everything, or you can go to a department store, and that's not as easy today, obviously, but this is kind of this isn't a hybrid. This is something different. So know that you and I, we would be on a Zoom and we would have this conversation, and we'd do about 5 to 10 minutes, and we can do some color analysis. I also have longer versions which go into more depth. Really quick, any burning questions anyone has, feel free to chime in.
Brian, could you show again how to apply eye cream?
Yes. Where did I put my eye cream? All right. So a little goes a long way. You know, I sometimes like to use my pinky finger, and one of the reasons I like to use my pinky finger is because it fits really well into this crease right here in this corner. So, and I'm going to be specific on not putting it on the right there on the end. I'm going to put it on the corner of that area. You can see it's more not in the middle, it's on the edge. And I'll show you why. Because now I can drop it right in that area and kind of pull it over. Now I can put a little bit more on, drop it right on the lid. And then I like to use the full kind of pad of my end of my finger and kind of pat it and pull it upward through the crease and up to the brow area and up through the brow. I also will pat it through this outer area right into this crease area here or into the corner. It helps brighten and also will help over time. It'll also protect. I guess we could call it a sunblock because it does help with protecting from the UV light from our devices. I had a thought and I forgot it as I was doing that and working, but there you go, just like that. Very simple.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me see. Let me just check it down on the bottom if there was any other questions. What is the website? Oh, let me put the website really quick in, just so everybody has it. It's www.RIAN and MW. MW stands for Makeover Workshop. That was originally what I because I do a lot of training, and so I created my company and called it Makeover Workshop, and then I rebranded it this past year or last year to be Brian plus MW, and the URL or the website address is Brian and MW. I really appreciate you guys chiming in, coming and attending. It's very fun for me. I hope it's fun for you guys. We'll send you out more information about the next 2 events that we're going to have.
Can't wait for the eye one. It's going to be fun. I've been having fun trying things.
Good. Yeah. It's kind of like, let's get to the eyes and to the lips.
Everybody wants eyes.
I wish we could just do it now.
Yes. Well, and I think probably in 2 weeks. So thank you guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Susan and Brian.
everybody. Take
Bye,
care.
ladies.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was great. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Eva. Bye, Mary.